What if I told you this drone shot wasn't filmed by a drone, wasn't filmed at all, and was actually created by the same AI tool I'm about to show you in this video? Yep, I made that intro using Dreamina Octo, their new AI creative agent paired with Dreamina Seedance 2.0. What's up YouTube, Jeff back again. Today another exciting tech video for you guys. And today I'm in Culver City, California, because today we're going to the AI on the Lot event to see the unveiling of Octo for Dreamina, which can unlock the full potential of Seedance 2.0. So this is going to be a brand new collaborative agent. You can create AI generated video, but in this particular instance, it's not all about the prompt and what you actually put in terms of just plain text. It's actually a collaborative tool, which I'm really excited about. So let's get on over to the Culver Theater, get checked in, get our badge, get in here for the keynote, learn everything we can about Dreamina Octo, and then I'm going to show you guys what I've done with it with my own creative workflow. All right, guys, we made it. We're down here at the Culver Steps, about to get our badge here for the AI on the Lot event. You guys can see right here, Culver Studios. This is where we're headed for today's event. So should be pretty exciting. I'm gonna go in here, grab my badge, and we're gonna get started. Badge acquired, ladies and gentlemen. We're officially VIPs here at AI on the Lot. About to head over to the session here for Dreamina Octo.
Today to talk about Octo. If you have not heard of it yet, this is your chance to get in and get some access. So we have Quincy Tan here, right next to me. We have Jesse Wellens. We have, come on up here. We have Lauren Indovina and Phil Nibbling. Come on up, guys. We have an amazing panel.
So it's groundbreaking not only because it changes today's production workflow, it's groundbreaking because it fundamentally changes how creation actually happens. And then what if it's also trying to tell us a message which is more fundamental to the true nature of this technology, that it does not only follow our instruction to produce what we already have in mind, but it also generates what's beyond we're explicitly asking for. How do we build an AI native system to make this happen? And then not a one-time generation black box, but an open creative flow where you and AI can explore, shape, and produce around those emergent possibilities together in a collaborative manner, end-to-end process. And in order to bring this all together into a product, we built Dreamina Octo with 3 essential layers that we're excited to share with you today. So the first layer becomes on context.
So here's the core idea Dreamina laid out on stage. Their whole pitch comes down to one line they kept coming back to. The point was never about getting things done, it's the creative flow between you and what you're making. They call it Vibe Create, and the way Octo delivers it is through 3 layers. First, context. The AI stays in sync with your entire project in real time across every kind of input, and it remembers your whole chat history. You hit the / key and the agent pops up right where your cursor is, already understanding everything around it. Second, you've got creative resonance. The agent actually senses where you are in the creative process, whether you're just exploring or you're stuck or your head's down executing on your project. It adjusts how it talks to you in real time. Instead of treating AI like a vending machine where you punch in a prompt and get something back, Octo is built to sit on the canvas with you. It's not a chatbot, it's a co-pilot.
And then when those elements start to evolve together, we believe that stories will begin to emerge at the same time.
right, the keynote just ended here for the Dreamina Octo event. Just want to give you guys some quick reactions here. Overall, the one thing I love about Octo is the collaborative format and the fact that you don't just have to drop in a prompt and get out a result. You can add text, you can have image, video, and then come up with a creative plan. This is especially helpful for things like storyboarding an idea for a video, and I think that's how I would really use it. Going to try to show you guys how I could use this with my personal channel, my niche of covering tech reviews, because all the time when I'm shooting a review, I want to come up with kind of what the scene should look like, especially for stuff I do outdoors, and I think Octo could be an incredibly useful tool. I also like the fact that they talked about AI as a collaboration tool for humans instead of kind of AI replacing the creative workflow entirely. And I feel like Octo is definitely a step in the right direction for that. So I'm going to go ahead, do some more hands-on time demos playing around with this, and then I'll share with you guys some results. After the keynote came the part that I was most excited for at this particular event, and that was a panel called When the Prompt Isn't the Point. With three creators from completely different worlds, you've Jesse Wellens, who's built a massive following making content and now does all of Snoop Dogg's AI work, Lauren Indovina, a director and visual artist out of the fine arts world, and Phil Nebelink, an animator who came up at Disney and worked with Spielberg before moving into AI animation. And the title nailed something I've been feeling for 2 years. Anyone who's used AI tools knows the rabbit hole of trying to write the perfect prompt, endless tweaking, 3-paragraph descriptions, comma-separated style tags. It's absolutely exhausting. So when Phil, a guy who animated Disney, pushed back on the whole idea of prompting, it really stuck with me.
Sure. You proceeded from the assumption that the more drawings, the bigger the prompt would have to be. But my argument is the more drawings, the less the prompt has to be.
It depends on like the text prompts or like what kind of prompts you're talking about, but I agree with that. And then so I think a multimodal, and then images carries a lot more than a word, like a sentence.
That's the whole thesis right there. The future of creating with AI isn't about getting better at prompts, it's about giving the tool richer inputs, images, sketches, references, your actual creative material, and letting it understand you before it generates anything at all. All right, guys, we are back here in my hotel room in Culver City after the Dreamina event today at AI on the Lot, and I have quite a few thoughts I want to share with you guys. I've been using the Octo beta for the last several days, running some storyboards and ideas, my own projects that I'm going to create in the future, and then also just want to reflect a little bit on the event, the introduction of Octo, and also on the panelist discussion, because there was some really interesting stuff there. One thing that I really agree with personally here is that this is putting the human element back at the center of AI creation and making AI a co-collaborator, but also letting human creativity shine through. And the other thing I want to mention is that as you guys are going through and listening to what I saw at the event today, it's not all about necessarily Hollywood production either, even though that was a lot of what was focused on in the event. Just regular creators, YouTubers like myself, Octo can be an amazing tool. What really stood out to me is that with Dreamina Octo, you no longer need to worry about tuning the perfect prompt. You can go back and forth with the AI exactly the same way you would with the human collaborator. You can add images, audio notes, text notes, everything right there on the canvas, and just bring your vision to life. I'll run through 3 scenarios here where I've built some really cool stuff, show you guys some of my favorite features, reflect on the event as a whole and where I think Octo can go in the future, and really help creators out there on YouTube, Hollywood, independent filmmakers, etc. First prompt that I ran, I review a lot of robot vacuums and smart home gear. The challenge is I don't always have the product in hand when I'm storyboarding a video, so I asked Octo for a hero shot. The prompt here, a cinematic slow orbit shot of a sleek robot vacuum docking itself on a modern living room hardwood floor, golden hour light streaming through floor to ceiling windows with a shallow depth of field. Here's what's different. I hit the slash key on the canvas, starting talking to Octo conversationally. It threw back not just the shot I asked for, but 2 other shots that I actually needed. One with the bot cleaning up milk, and the other with it vacuuming up dirt on the floor. That's the context layer working. It understood what was around my cursor and what I was going for here with this project, and the creative resonance layer pushed the idea further than I asked. For someone building B-roll concepts at 11 p.m. the night before a shoot, that's absolutely huge. I just wrapped a review on a robotic pool cleaner setup, and I wanted to prep for my next pool care video because I do a lot of these bots. And to do that, I wanted to get started with some aspirational scene setting B-roll. The kind of shot that makes you go, yeah, I absolutely want that backyard for myself. Here's where the multimodal side of things gets interesting for my workflow. I drag in a reference photo of a basic pool. I typed robotic pool cleaner gliding through crystal clear turquoise water at sunset, underwater point of view, transitioning to an overhead drone shot of a luxury backyard with trees swaying, and then, because Octo lets me, I added a voice memo that's just saying, make it feel calm, like a vacation, not a product ad. I've got 3 kinds of input here and 1 canvas, and like one of the panelists put it, imagery carries way more than a sentence ever could, so dragging in that reference said more than another paragraph or prompt would have. Octo took all 3 and gave me a sequence, not just a single image. But the part that sold me was the memory. A minute later I asked, give me the same vibe but at sunrise instead of sunset, and Octo remembered everything, the reference, the voice memo, the mood, the framing. That's the context layer again. It holds your whole session, and Dreamina was clear on stage that session data stays yours and isn't used to train their model. And that's absolutely the right call. Third prompt, and this is the one that showed me what Octo can really do. I review outdoor TVs and home theater setups, so I wanted to mock up a full scene I might shoot for a future video. The prompt in this case, an 85-inch outdoor TV mounted on a covered patio at dusk, ambient bias lighting glowing behind it, a movie scene playing, cozy outdoor seating, soft rain on the patio roof in the background. But I didn't stop at one shot, and this is where Octo's story elements come in. Instead of generating one image and starting over each time, Octo turns the pieces of your scene, the patio, the TV, the lighting setup, all into reusable elements. And here's the feature I didn't expect to love as much as I do. You can pull any of those elements back up just by typing the @ symbol and remixing them into new shots. That solves the single biggest problem I have with AI video tools, continuity. One of the panelists, a Disney animator, said continuity is the thing that separates the men from the boys in AI filmmaking. And he's right. With the @ system, I built 3 different angles and lighting conditions of that same patio setup, and they actually match. The same TV, same world. Octo generated the storyboard and shots in a batch, and I export the whole thing to a timeline right there. That's not a one-time generation, that's a workflow. For the last 2 years, I watched creators much like myself struggle with prompts and learning the lingo and how to please specific models. And I feel like Dreamina's Octo really shows that that's not the point. You really want to be having that back and forth, that creative flow that you'd be having if you were working with another person on a project. And with Octo, you really get that. The AI feels like you're working with a collaborator who can really bring your ideas to life. One of the panelists, Lauren Indovina, said something about that flow that really stuck with me.
The worst thing that could happen to me is if my flow is interrupted, which I think happens to everybody. Just in the
Happened to me.
Of course, yeah. No. Although I do think when you're on paper, it's very different than when you're on the computers. So, the computer is just constant distraction. Your flow state is stopped. But with Octo, you kind of stay there. And I want to say that this is not a replacement for the film process. This is not like when Comfy UI came out and was like, oh, look, guys, you can do all these really awesome things. And you can still do really awesome things that are very custom. That's a very different process.
That word, discovery, is the whole thing. Octo isn't built to finish your idea faster. It's built to help you find ideas that you didn't know you had. And the last thing she said in that panel is the line I keep coming back to as I kept going back to start making this video.
So yeah, it's changing, it's evolving, it's not replacing anything. I wish we'd stop being like, oh, this is, replacing the Hollywood. It's not. It's like when oil painters, when photography came out. It's just a step change in humanity, and this is the step change that we all get to experience. So
Octo unlocks the full potential of Dreamina Seedance 2.0, sure, but the bigger thing is that it unlocks a different relationship to the work itself, and I think that's the real shift. All right, guys, that's it for my trip here to Culver City, here to AI on the Lot and the Dreamina Octo event. Those are all my thoughts. I really enjoyed this, had a lot of fun. Huge shout out to Dreamina for inviting me out here to the Octo unveiling and giving me beta access. Do you also want to try out Octo for yourself? Click the link in the description and pinned comment below to try it out today. If you're a creator like me, independent filmmaker, this is an amazing tool and something you're definitely going to want to check out because it brings all these different ways to collaborate with AI in an open canvas situation, which is much different than the prompts that we're used to. If you guys want to check out everything, it'll all be below. If you guys would create something with Octo, let me know what you would create. How would this help your creative workflow? And I'd love to chop it up with you guys in the comments and see what you're using and how this could kind of change what you're doing on the creative side as well. If you guys have any questions about it, be happy to get back to you if I can, if there's something I can answer about the model. Appreciate you guys checking out the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.